Welcome to Hillside Farm. My name is Ruth McKinney and you're joining us for the summer series. And today we have a brand new recipe that I'm really excited to share. It might be one of my favorite cookie recipes. It's not in my cookbook. You know, I have a book called Hungry for Home right here that has a slew. It actually has my barely baked chocolate chip cookies in here, which is what I'm actually known for. But this particular recipe, it's a slightly different chocolate chip cookie, and it's a little more salt, and I can't stop eating them. So I'm gonna share the recipe with you. My amazing friend Lori is the one who shared the recipe with me, and I think we've all made our own slightly different changes, but it's basically the same. So here we go. We get our KitchenAid, which I don't really get to get this out very much. It's so dang heavy. So we start here. We are gonna put 1 1/4 cup of flour in here. Yikes. And then we are going to take a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. My kids were really sweet in measuring this all out for me. And we're gonna take 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. That goes in there. And then we're gonna do 2 sticks of butter. I knew I had them. There's one. This recipe, you might not go back to regular chocolate chip cookies after this. They're that good. And once you put them in the fridge and let them firm up, I'm gonna go ahead and mix these. And it needs to mix for a while. Here we go. Wait, let me put it down lower. Do you like the puff of flour that went everywhere? We're gonna mix this for a while. It needs to get really creamy. And actually, true confessions, I just did the wrong order. I put the flour in first with the butter. It should have been the sugar. So just swap that out because I'm not redoing this. All right, here we go. We're gonna increase it. Okay, here we go. Yes, mistakes can be made in the kitchen and you can fix it, I promise. So what we've done is we've added all of the dry stuff and we added the butter. Obviously, I wasn't supposed to add the butter yet, but I don't think it ultimately matters. But the recipe will have the correct way of doing it. But I've messed up like this before and it was just fine. So we do need to add the sugars. So we need to add 2/3 cup of light brown sugar. Here we go, getting that in there. Yikes. And 1 cup of white sugar. Add that in there. Okay, and 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup. This makes them, they are so chewy, crispy and chewy, which that combination is really a nice combination. All right, 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup. And now I'm gonna turn this mixer on for 3 minutes. Time does matter on how much you mix these. So mix it for 3 minutes. All right, here we go. And there's no flour this time. Medium high. This can scare me. All right, we're gonna let that go. Okay, these are done. All right, we've been mixing this for 3 minutes. Now we get to the fun part. We're gonna add 1 egg into that. Oh my gosh, it's so good. A teaspoon of vanilla. I kind of eye vanilla. And there you go. And now we have to mix this for 8 minutes. So go ahead, do something fun, medium high, 8 minutes. So I would say medium high is right here. Okay, it's been 8 minutes. Let's shut this off. I'm gonna show you what it looks like because it's really fun. It's just a big difference. I tell you what, I'm never very good at these KitchenAid things. Okay, it comes up. There we go. All right. Look. It's very light colored. It's so good. All right, here we go. Now we are going to add the rest of our stuff. We've got 1/3 cup. Actually, let me clean this out first so we get all of it in here. Oh my gosh, you can't waste a single bit of this. Usually I have a couple, I don't know, several dozen at a time of my chocolate chip Ruth's Barely Baked, all frozen in the oven, so that at any time I can pull them out. We do this as well with these cookies. You can keep the doughs frozen in balls in your freezer. So anytime you have company, anytime your kids come home, you can whip them out and they think you spent all day baking for them. All right, here we go. We have got 1/3 cup of rolled oats. We're gonna add that. Okay, mix it just a little bit. Add in 3/4 cups of chocolate chips. You can do light, dark, doesn't matter. Mix that in. Now here comes the magic. You're going to add a cup of crushed pretzels. Now I did little mini pretzels and then I crushed them. I put them in a bag and then took something heavy and just banged them. But I know this measures out. So here we go, about 1 cup. And then you need 2 cups of crushed potato chips. Now, I recommend using like Cape Cod potato chips or something like that because they're a little sturdier. And then add that. This is what gets them in a little bit extra salt. So here we go, mix these up. I mean, technically, I guess these are called compost cookies. Because compost, what is compost, right? It's everything left over that you throw into something. That's what this is. Everything left over. Oh my gosh. So yummy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we are going to make these balls just like this on the tray. Then I'm gonna put it in the fridge. In the fridge, what they're going to do is they're gonna harden up. Now at that point, you have one of 2 choices. You get to go ahead and cook a few, cook them all, or you can put them into I put them into gallon Ziploc baggies and I freeze them. Today I'm gonna make them. So here we go. Oh gosh, making sure I get fully, they're gonna expand. So I'm actually only gonna do 2 rows. And this one doesn't look very pretty, so I'm gonna add a little. So make the rows a little bit wider. I'm gonna put this in the freezer. Oven's on 375. When we pull these out and they're hardened, we're gonna put them in for about 18 minutes. The edges will be dark, a brown, medium brown, but the insides will still look not quite totally brown or done, and you are gonna be so happy you made these. All right, here I go. Okay, it's time to rock and roll. We just pulled these out. I actually put them in the freezer for a little bit to make it happen quicker. Frozen, or at least hard. We're gonna put them in 375 degrees for about 18 minutes. The edges are going to be a darker brown or medium brown. The inside will look a little yellowy, still not totally done. We're gonna pull them out, let them cool. You're gonna love them. Okay, these cookies are done. And what happens sometimes if they didn't get cold all the way through is they spread. It doesn't matter, it doesn't change the taste, I can assure you. So here we go. And they might not be cool enough, but here we go. These things are amazing. And just let them cool. I could have let them cool on the pan. All right. Okay, so you know when a cookie isn't crunchy or cakey, but it's chewy and it has just a hint of crunch, but it is chewy, that's what these are. And I think it's the corn syrup that does it. But I'm telling you, I promise, I promise, I promise. Try these. you will never go back. And keep watching Hungry for Home on Instagram, because every Tuesday I roll out a tip on it could be decorating, it could be cooking, families, entertaining. That happens on Tuesdays on Hungry for Home, or you can go to the website www.hungryforhome.com. Have a great day.